It's moving day at the U.S. Open. With the way scoring has gone thus far, that movement all going up. So let's go to Wisconsin, where these Badgers, hey, they've apparently made their pick go Fowler. Now your early Lambeau leaper, Justin Thomas, and leave it to the 24-year-old to throw convention completely out the window. Putts one way, goes in another way, joins a pack of 4 at 7 under. That makes 5. And do I hear a 6th man? You sure do. The pride of Poway, Charlie Hoffman, joining the leaderboard. And right behind him, the pride of, a little further up north, Ricky Fowler joining the club as well. 7 in at 7 under in the early going. Now we go back to 1973. Johnny Miller, Oakmont Country Club, Hall of Famer, carding an 8 under 63 to set the 18-hole record for lowest round. Unparalleled until today. The aforementioned Thomas on 18, approach shot, beautiful landing, and as he walks up 18, he's got an eagle shot and a chance at the record, and you know he drains that. History right there, 9 under, spawned the record books. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Right now, remember, he went early, so some folks caught him, including Brian Harmon, who's got the lead right now, as well as Koepka and Fleetwood on his heels. As for our boys, take a look here. Hoffman can't keep up the pace on the back 9. And Xander, the Aztec, shooting a respectable 2 under. Love Mark the Falcon, a tough 2 over.
I was just trying to get to 63 just because I know that's kind of the, that's the magic number. 62, I guess, is what everyone's been chasing. I had no idea about the relation to par, so that was definitely a big bonus. But then once I hit it there and I saw it was on the green, Jimmy and I were walking up there, I was like, man, we got a chance at history. May as well, give it a run.
So Justin makes his move, but will this scoring streak continue? Well, RVR golf director Rennie Brown breaks it down.
Defenseless golf course, which this is right now. Soft conditions, it's been raining, so it's not playing your normal firm and fast U.S. Open, and there's absolutely or very little wind. And that's the defense of this golf course. The interesting part of it all in this tournament is the guy leading, who we haven't even talked about, Brian Harmon, who's 12 under, isn't even one of the longer players on tour. Got to stop at some point. You don't need an 8,000-yard golf course, but I guarantee you somebody's going to build one.
Thanks for coming on there, Ren. How about some Little League action? Let's start in District 66. Spring Valley meeting up with Twin Hills. Top of the first right now. Spring Valley's Val Navarro infield single there, scoring Michael Cervantes and Eddie Delgado for a 2-0 lead. Beautiful dodge right there. Then on the top of 4, Max Ruiz. Big time bomb over left field, solo home run and a 5-0 lead. Spring Valley goes on to win 6-2. 66 taking a break, but they'll be back at it on Tuesday. Next up, Rios Canyon taking on West Hills in D41 All-Star Pool play. Now the field you're seeing is named after Brian Fitzgerald and his grandson. That's West Hills Trent Fitzgerald, honoring the man with the only home run of the game. That's in the 5th, a 3-run shot. And then after that, it's pitcher time. Cameron Tarling. Perfect game. How about that? In 5 innings, strikes out 9 for the 13-0 victory. Let's switch fields and locations. San Diego State here hosting the second week of the passing league. We start in the semis. Lincoln and Valley Center. The Jags looked good early on. CJ Mazzetti finding Zach Marinholtz for 6, but it is a great day to be a Hornet. Asante Hartzog deep to Jalen Bailey. You're going to hear that a lot during the football season. Lincoln wins, so they get to go to the finals against Chandler out of Arizona. Now Lincoln doing its best against the number 16 team in the country. No joke. That's Peanut Monroe with the score. But Chandler would go on to win this one. And fun fact, Arizona teams did win both weekends of San Diego State's passing tournament, but great progress for the Lincoln program.
Yeah, they were good competition. It was a good game. We were going back and forth, scoring, defense. They had some good plays. We had some good plays. Everyone was out here to compete, and we did a lot of things right. We did a lot of things wrong. We're just going to capitalize in practice.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. I mean, if we cut down on our mistakes, we would have made the game farther. So the last game is always tough because you're already hot, you drain, and you still got to play up to your potential.
Right across the sidewalk at the Jam Center, women's basketball time. We got Mission Vista taking on Sarah. 2 minutes left of the game. Mission Vista's Amani Simeon Banks right in there to give her team a 1-point lead, 25-24 with 30 seconds left. Angelica McBride finishing at the rim for the lead and eventually the win as SD Intensity getting it done 31-26. Meanwhile, La Jolla Country Day, you know them, the Wiggins Waves, facing Maricopa out of Arizona. Third quarter, Deanna Pow stop, and the pop for 3 good, and they lead by 8. Then Pow, a name that you always know around these parts, transition, going to Kendall Ellenbeck, right down low for the score. LJCD The Waves get it done 57-43. Over at San Diego High School, it's the annual Live for Jen charity basketball game and slam dunk contest. Now, this event is played in honor of Mount Miguel star Jen Costello, who sadly passed away in 2013 after a short and sudden battle with breast cancer. Now, all sorts of famous faces now gather together to raise money, raise awareness, and uplift her memory.
Live for Jen kind of was brought to my attention when I came back a couple years ago, and she has touched so many wonderful people, not only at Mount Miguel, but in our community. And it's a small basketball world.
Breast cancer awareness, Live for Jen, obviously her being from San Diego and obviously her passing, but just to keep the cause going, keep the information, and for people out there to get checked out by doctors and hopefully save lives.
Earlier in the day, San Diego High also the site of the inaugural Tom Jones Youth Football Camp. This is one sponsored by the former Horizon Panther, who spent parts of 5 years in the NFL ranks, and along with some fellow pros, spending Saturday morning hosting a free clinic for the next generation.
Just the smiles on the kids' faces every time that they're coming out here and running through the drills. And I had one kid, he drank some Gatorade, and I was like, this is the best day of my life. So just hearing that and seeing the smiles on their faces, it's all worth it.
This is only my second camp. So it's like getting out there running a 40-yard dash, competing with other people is a different experience for me. It just gives me a drive, push more to want to achieve that, to be in the NFL one day.
When I was young, I didn't go to camps like this. So when I'm here, I've grown up, I can give back to the community and also back to my high school, my alma mater. It's always great to come back and do things like this.
Meanwhile, in Escondido, hundreds of children gathering for the 6th annual Kickin' It Challenge against breast cancer. That means great soccer for an even greater cause. All those folks are thinking peak. The challenge raising more than $200,000 since it started back in 2012, and the money going right to women in San Diego who need it the most.
6 women every day are diagnosed with breast cancer. 2 of them don't have the money or the resources to afford their treatments. So that's what this is all about. These kittens, these little kids are on the ground running up and down the field because those women can't run for themselves.
Everybody knows somebody. We have a little girl playing this year that lost her mom in March. And so that's why they're here.
Powerful stuff. Ahoy, hoy, day 1 of the 35th America's Cup, the oldest trophy in international sports. This year, it's the good old US of A taking on New Zealand. Now, the Oracle team, they're raring to go. So much so that they get flagged for a false start to open the entire event. Needless to say, they lose race 1, but there is race 2. And the Americans are keeping it close. They are just 3 seconds off the pace through leg 5 of 7. But then, you see it right there. They botch the jibe and bury the bows, and you just can't do that. Boat sinks. Easy money for Team New Zealand from there. They take a 1-0 lead on their path to 7 victories.
I think we saw just how a couple of times these guys built a pretty healthy lead, and in a blink of an eye, it's back on again. So we were far from our best today.
Peter, if Oracle's good news is they're only 1 down, what do you take out as your good news?
Well, I suppose that you're 1 up.
Good one there, bud. All right, Sportscast ending right where it began in Wisconsin. Padres facing the Brew Crew. Announcer Lamet starting the 5th game of his career. How do you celebrate 5 games? By striking out the first 5 batters of the ball game, but he does not strike out them all. Look at Frenchie Cordero blowing the catch right there, and Orlando Arcia doing it Little League style inside the park home run. Then future WWE superstar Eric Thames, as far as I'm concerned, the man with 1,000 muscles deep and gone. Padres now in a 3-run hole, but Will Myers bringing them back with this shot, 14th of the year. It's extra as we go, where Solarte, Spangi, and Chasey all go deep in the 10th and 11th. Let's go over to that board. 7-5. San Diego gets it done. By the way, 15 home runs for both these teams over the last 2 games. Crazy stuff.